Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego here in cool, breezy Florida, in the panhandle of Florida. And Karina, she's in Bogota, Colombia. And we are waiting for our K1 visa to get finally processed at the embassy in Bogota, Colombia. We got our NOA 1 letter, we got our NOA 2 letter, we got our case number, our invoice number, and we got our in transit. Then we got our ready status. So when we get ready status, I sent an email to the embassy in Bogota, Colombia, and checked in with them. And they said, Diego, you're going to have to wait. We're busy, so we're going to wait for a couple of weeks. Janiela James, hi Diego. What's going on, Janiela? Hope all is well. Everything is great. And I hope everything's well with you, Janiela, and your family. Haja Elban, hey Diego. Haja, what's going on? And Karina, right now, she left our apartment in Bogota, and she's headed down to the El Dorado airport, and she's going to ask some questions about how we can transport our cat properly, what documents are required for our cat Tokyo, etc., etc. Nancy Fenilda, hi Diego. I'm in Diego now. You're in Diego now. You're in San Diego. I'm thinking San Diego, California, right, Nancy? Hazel, hi Diego. Hey Ned, hey Hazel. What's going on? And Nancy's in Diego, but I'm thinking that's San Diego, which is in California. Which is, I'm in Ohio. Nancy, you're in Ohio or you're in Diego? Haja Elban, hey Diego, we got our NOA 2 in mail 2 days ago. What's the next step? Now you have to wait for the National Visa Center to send you a case number and an invoice number, hopefully both at the same time, which takes between 60 to 90 days. After 90 days, if you haven't heard from the National Visa Center, then you must send an inquiry to continue this will then extend your NOA 2 letter. Because if you read the back of it, there's a 4-month extension, there's a 4-month window of time on your NOA 2 letter. When you send an inquiry to the MVC, that automatically extends your NOA 2 letter. And Nancy, typo, you good? Ohio's getting cold. Denise B, hello Diego. I'm so happy for the progress you've made. Well, we are too. And we want to see you get your K1 visa, Denise B. Mr. Rody 14, thanks Diego, kind sir, for doing the live before work. No problem. I got my K1 FTP letter 30 minutes after your live stream. Tuesday is that the welcome letter? Well, kind of. It means that your visa is now in an airplane, Mr. Rody 14, flying to your beneficiary's country. That's what the K1 FTP means. So now what you're going to do is you're going to keep checking back, and you're going to look for the in transit and then the ready status. That's what you're looking for now. It's the ready status, basically. Sarah William, hey Diego, my fiance, he have a visa appointment in November. Do I have to fill out DS-160? You don't get a visa appointment without a DS-160. If your beneficiary doesn't fill out the DS-160, you will not have your visa appointment. That's what they are going to use to process your visa. Mr. Rody 14, high five. Thank you for that super chat. And I figured if I do the live streams like early in the morning, sometimes during the week, I'll take a day off. How about Sunday? I'll take Sunday as my day of rest, and then during the week I'll help you guys with your K1 visas. How about that? Mr. Rody 14, thank you for that super chat. Sarah William, you got to fill out the DS-160, one of you guys, and you got to submit it to the embassy, and then you got to pay the visa fee, and then you got to print the DS-160 confirmation page. Okay? If you don't have the MERV receipt, which is the receipt for the visa, for paying the visa fee, and if you don't have the confirmation page for the DS-160, you won't have a visa interview. Okay, Sarah? So get on it. Sarah says, I did it 2 months ago. Do I have to do it again? No. If you've already submitted the DS-160 to the embassy, did you print the confirmation page? Did you do that? Let's see here. Diddy Vaughn, hey Diego, there's an interview date for me on October 18th or December 1st, but I still don't have my medical exam. Do they give you the results the same day? You can't, you'll go into a 221G administrative hold if you don't have your medical exam results, Diddy Vaughn. So what I would do to save you that headache is take the December 1st interview. Just my opinion. I'm not an immigration attorney. I'm not giving you any I'm not giving you any legal advice, guys. Just experience. I've been through this twice, 3 times technically, if you include the spousal visa. I would get the later one just to make sure you get your medical exam results, so you don't go into a holding pattern, which could be longer than if you waited till December 1st. Janiela James, I'm good. Diego, getting ready for my wedding. I'm so nervous. Don't be nervous. It's a big day. You can do this. It's great. Don't be nervous. Be happy, right? Don't worry. Be happy. I can't sing, but there you go. Sarah William, print that confirmation page of that DS-160. You got to have it. Got to get it to your beneficiary. Hajar Elban, my friend told me to schedule the date of medical. Check before scheduling the date of interview because it takes more than 2 months in Morocco. Should I do it next month or not risk it? What do you want to do next month? Do you want to do the interview or the medical exam? The medical exam is good for 6 months. The medical exam is good for 6 months, okay? So calculate it out from that time frame. Angel Mercia, buenos dias, Diego, buenos dias, Angel. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué pasó? Diddy Vaughn, they're saying there's no interviews for November in Dominican Republic. Does that change if I wait, or does it mean all interviews for November are taken? It means all interviews for November are taken, but somebody could change. So I would check. I would go in every day and check, because somebody could cancel and change their interview date for another day. Okay? So keep looking. Christopher Stout, make sure you have a private medical exam before you have the real visa medical exam. If you want to spend the money, that's up to you. Hazel, I'm currently filing the DS-160. Just a bit confused if I need to include a previous K1. My ex applied for me even though it was not approved. Okay, so when you fill out the DS-160, you will put yes. Somebody in the past applied for a K1 visa for me in the past. Okay, and there should be a place where you can explain what happened. If not, you're going to explain it to the embassy officer. So if somebody filed a K1 visa for you in the past, it didn't work out, that's okay. Don't worry. But you got to explain that to immigration. When I filed my K1 visa for Karina, this was my second K1 visa. So I wrote a letter to immigration, included it in my K1 visa package, which explained what happened to my first K1 visa. What happened? Well, it didn't work out. She didn't like America. She didn't like the weather. She didn't like the hurricanes. She didn't want to learn to drive. She didn't like the food. She didn't like the clothes. She missed her brother. She missed her mom. She missed her family. So I took her back home. So I wrote that explanation in my K1 visa. I said, look, guys. Then she decided she wanted to come back to the United States after she told me how much she hated it. So I filed for the spousal visa, which was the IR1, and got it approved during COVID. As soon as I got her IR1 visa approved, she said, "Oh, I don't want to live in the United States. I changed my mind." So she changed her mind twice. Well, you only get one shot with Diego. If you change, I'll give you a second chance, and after that, I'm done. So I filed for the divorce. I got the best attorney in her country. She didn't want to sign the divorce papers. Okay, not my problem. Not my problem. My attorney took it. Had his assistant go to her house and serve her the papers. She wouldn't sign for them. It's okay. Still got divorced. No problem. Jose Ramirez, Fantastic. Number one. Número uno. Gracias, señor. Para super chat. Es mucho dólares. Gracias. Yo, cuando estoy en Colombia con mi prometida, yo comí en mi favorito restaurante en Bogotá. Para ti. But gracias para ti. So yeah, Hazel, if you have been through it before, you got to tell them. If you don't tell, if you say no, they're going to know you have, and then you're going to get your visa denied because you lied on the DS-160. You got to tell the truth. When I filed the K-1 visa, I was right up front with immigration, right at the very beginning of this process, and said, look, I went through this before with this person. I got a K-1 approved. I got a K-2 approved. I got an IR-1 approved. And then she decided she didn't want to come and live here. So I got a divorce. Here's the divorce decree finalized by the judge. Have a great day. Guess what? My K-1 visa was approved for the second time because I was honest and upfront with it. And I saved immigration a massive headache looking for the data. I gave it to them. Bye, Diego. Hi, Diego. We're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, just like you and Karina. You can do this, BYE. It's no big deal. You can do it. Didivon, what happens if you want to change your interview date? Do you have to pay again? I think it depends on the country. In the Philippines, you only get three chances to change. You can change it 3 times in the Philippines. If you change it a 4th time, they're going to put you on a 3-month waiting list, and then you're going to have to pay again. But if you change it 1 time, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Christopher Stout, have you ever had anyone withdraw their K-1 visa packet? Yeah, lots of people withdraw their K-1 visa packet. If you file a K-1 visa and then you break up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend and you're halfway through the K-1 visa process, you write an email to immigration. You include a copy of your NOA-1 letter and say, I want to withdraw my case, whether it's at the MVC or at the embassy or wherever. It's at USCIS Service Center. You send an email and you withdraw the case and say, I'm done. Okay. It's over. Denise B, I am so confused as to why my case has been in transit for coming 3 weeks. I'm stressing. Number 1, don't stress it out. Number 2, the embassy is probably real busy. Number 3, the MVC is trying to find a plane to get to your country, whichever country that is. You got to tell me what the country is so I can help you more. But when it says in transit, it means it could be bouncing around the world to go to the embassy. You know, I live close to Colombia. I mean, I'm in Florida. Colombia is just a hop, skip, and a jump. What, 6-hour flight, 6-7 hours, 8 hours with layovers. Okay, so don't stress it. Okay, in transit's good. You'll get ready status soon. What I would do is email the embassy and check in with them. In the email, include your case number, your invoice number, your name, date of birth, passport number. Hazel, thank you for that, Diego. So a previous K-1 will not impact the decision as to whether I'll get the visa. No. You get 2 chances at a K-1 visa. You get 2 chances. I'm on my 2nd chance, and I got it approved. Okay? But I've put in my K-1 visa package a strong explanation as to what happened to the first one. I included the NOA-1 letter from the first one. I included the NOA-2 letter from the first one. I included everything from the first one that didn't work out. So they could see the case number and the invoice number. They can go in their computer and look it up and say, oh, okay. They went into the airport information and saw the I-94 where she went back to her home country. I got it approved, my 2nd one so far. Now I got to get through the visa part of the embassy. So Hazel, relax. You're good. You can do 2 K-1s. Just as long as you explain what happened to the first one. Michelle, hey, Diego, I got approved and I'm picking up my passport tomorrow. My interview was the 12th of October. Thank you so much for all your advice. A success story for Michelle. A success for Michelle. And we're glad that we were able to help you. Karina and I are happy for you. And I hope the channel helped you. Sissy Cote TV, I have a case number, but my status still says at the MVC. My NOA2 date is July 15th. Should I submit a inquiry? July 15th, July, August, September, October. Yes, submit an inquiry. Submit an inquiry. That will then extend your NOA2 letter. Angel Marcia, you didn't deserve that, Diego. You're a good man. Hey, life is life, you know. Life is life. What was difficult about my first K1 visa was that there was a little girl, her daughter, who had an opportunity in this beautiful country, and the mom didn't want to live here, so she deprived her kid of an opportunity to grow up in probably the greatest country in the world. That was my only regret. You know, that was my only regret for that little kid. Michelle, the scary interview was not scary. No, of course it wasn't scary. You were prepared for it. All right? And just like you said, everything is just in your head. Be calm. That's right. The interviews are no big deal as long as your relationship is real, your K1 visa package was strong, and you don't act like an idiot in front of the immigration officer. Just be yourself, relax, wear business casual, and answer the questions. And smile. And if the immigration officer is a bit cold, that's their job. It's not an emotional thing for the immigration officer. The immigration officer's job is to eliminate the fraud of the green card. Okay? So everybody, you know, just relax, guys. As long as your relationship is real, you guys are good. And you're qualified for the benefit. Oliver Gonzalez, hello Diego. I received my welcome letter after 39 days. Is just in your head. Wait a second. Let me see. After 39 days in transit, that's quick. That's quick. That's pretty fast. Putherith Kachia, I got the ready status, but embassy in Cambodia does not have an appointment available. Do you know when they will be available? You got to keep looking. Okay. The embassy in Cambodia are processing K1 visas. They're processing K1 visas, and I've got to check something here real quick, guys. Jose Ramirez, thank you for that super chat, Jose. I appreciate you, man. Let me see here. Cambodia is processing visas, but they're busy. So what you got to do is you got to keep looking, okay? Same for the Dominican Republic. You got to keep looking for a spot. You'll get one. Okay, the early bird gets the worm. Just keep going on the website and look for a spot. When you see an open interview date, you take it. Antonio Clark, hello, sir. Now, my dad is sir. Okay, my dad lives in Thailand. He's 85 years old, married to a lovely lady. He lives in Thailand. He didn't want to go through this immigration nightmare. So he got married to a Thai lady and moved to Thailand. He lives in Chiang Mai. He's been there for 25 years. Let me see here. So keep looking for an embassy date to open up in Cambodia. You'll get it. And let me see. Antonio, my process and your process is similar timelines. So we are at the same step. Did you complete the DS-160? No, not yet. When the embassy contacts me, when the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, send me an email, packet 4, and they say, okay, Diego, here's what you got to do. That's when I'm going to do it. That's when I'm going to schedule the visa interview. Help Karina with the DS-160. Pay the visa fee. When the embassy tells me to do it, that's when I'm going to do it. I'm just waiting. When I got my ready status, I sent an email to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota. And I said, hey, guys, it's Diego. This is Karina's passport number. This is her date of birth. This is her case number. This is her invoice number. This is the receipt number from her NOA2 letter. What do I do? I know what to do, but I'm just checking in with them. And that was like the way to end the email. What do I do? And they sent me an email back in 2 days. And they said, Diego, you got to wait for a couple of weeks for us, and we will send you an email with the directions on what to do next. So number one, the embassy in Bogota, I know I got ready status. Number two, I made communication via email to the embassy, which again automatically extended the NOA2 letter. Remember, it's got a 4-month window of time, right? Well, mine expired in September, but it hasn't, because I maintain contact with the MVC and I maintain contact with the U.S. Embassy. The embassy replied back to me. I printed that email, and there's a date stamp on it. That extended my NOA2 letter. Okay, do you understand that, guys? So no, I will not file the DS-160 with Karina until I get that ready, until I get that email from the embassy. Denise B, the country is Kenya, Nairobi. Okay, Kenya, beautiful Kenya. Now you got the don't you guys have the Serengeti in Kenya? And you have the adventures there. You can go on adventures looking at elephants and tigers. No tigers, lions and elephants. The tigers are in India, not in Nairobi. Beautiful country. I've been to South Africa. Now that was an interesting place. Jose Ramirez, hi Diego, God bless you, and Karina. Well, thank you also to you. USCIS is getting nice now. They're getting nice. Well, they're supposed to be nice. They're supposed to be nice. 2 days ago, they emailed me all the original documents that I sent them with the I-129F package. Well, you're very lucky, Jose Ramirez. You are muy suerte. Muy suerte. You are lucky they did not destroy those documents. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you never send original documents to the K-1 visa package. You send copies. And you don't have to make them notarized, okay? Because they're gonna see the original documents at the embassy interview. Hedrick Soldiero of Christ, super chat. Now, Hedrax says, the Mountain Dew is on the house. Thanks for all of you. Thank you. Thanks for all you're helping me. Hedrax, I will gladly help you. Without Mountain Dew in my fridge, I will help you because I want to help you. I want to help you because I care about you. And it's important that you get reunited with your family. But guess what? I don't have any Mountain Dew in the fridge. I am zero. So I'm gonna go buy some probably later on this evening. I'll go to Walmart when it's calm, when there's not so much traffic. Thank you, Hedrax, for that. Much appreciated. And everybody, I care about all you guys. Hazel, I forgot to mention. Oh, wait, let me finish up with Jose. So, Jose, you got your documents back. Good. That's good. You're lucky. Hazel, I forgot to mention I'm the beneficiary for the first K1. I don't have NOA1. Okay. Don't worry about it. When you did your first K1 visa package, if you don't have any of the paperwork, don't worry about it. It's okay. Immigration will have that information in their computer. But I included it to help immigration speed up the process so they could find it quicker I wanted the process to go quicker. Okay? So they had the invoice number, they had the name, they had the date of birth of the first K1 who didn't want to live in the United States, which isn't my problem. That was her problem. Okay? But my greatest sadness was for the kid. Francois Livingston, good afternoon, Diego and Karina just came on. Hope you have a good news. Well, good news is we're on the right side of the grass. We're all alive and well, and we're all kicking, and we're all waiting for our K1 visas. That's the good news. And I don't think we have any bad news. Jose got good news. Immigration sent back all of his original documents. Praise God for that. Let's see here. Kinza Zane, my fiance doesn't work currently. His previous job was not paying good money. He is a hardworking person. Will this affect the visa? If your fiance is the sponsor and he's not working, you must get a joint sponsor. You must get a joint sponsor who makes $2,000 a year more than the minimum income of 125%. Okay? Get a joint sponsor. And Kinza Zane, I did submit the DS-160 today. What's going to happen now? Now the embassy is going to look at the DS-160 and see if you qualify for the visa. It's an application. If you qualify for the K1 visa, they'll process it. But you got to get a joint sponsor. You got to qualify financially. Your sponsor needs to get a joint sponsor like today and get that paperwork to you. I-134, tax return, W-2s, pay stubs, bank statements. Get it done today. Red Rio, hi Diego. What's going on, Red? And Hedrax, thank you again for that super chat, Hedrax. You are much appreciated. Let's see. Congrats from Red Rio. Beryl Ambia. Kenya has Masai Mara. Serengeti is in Tanzania. Thank you for correcting me. That's correct. I was trying to figure out where the Serengeti was. That's in Tanzania. And the Masai, those are the tall tribes, right? There's the Masai tribe, the Masai Mara, the tribe that live there. They're like 7 feet tall. They're like big dudes there. Elad Esaga. Hello, Diego. I am trying to fill out my fiance I-134 form. Okay, it's not difficult. My fiance left Dubai a year ago, but he no longer has an address in Dubai. Should I put his current address in Cameroon? You put his current address in Cameroon. In Cameroon. Where does your beneficiary live? In Cameroon? That's the address you put down. Kimani Young, are you swimming in dew yet? No, I'm not. I don't have any. I got zero. None in the fridge. I got to go to the store and buy some. But I will be there this afternoon. I will be. And Hedrax, Soldiero of Christ Fire, you are welcome. Hazel, thank you, Diego. I hope I'll get an interview in November. God bless you. Hazel, you're good. You're going to get your K1, but you just got to explain what happened to the first time. It's no problem. You get 2 chances at a K1 visa, okay? You get 2 chances. If the first one doesn't work out, immigration know that. They understand that, okay? They understand that. So what do? They give you a second chance. But what do you got to do to get the second chance? You have to be upfront and explain in a letter what happened to the first time. It's just a simple letter. Explain what happened. Christopher Stout. YouTube being rude with throwing ads in your live stream. Well, YouTube, that's how YouTube gives me this freedom to do this YouTube channel, okay? YouTube lets me use this platform for free. I put together the platform for free. They don't bill me, it doesn't cost me anything. But the ads, I guess they run the ads, okay, which pays for my time, I guess, to do this. I guess that's how it works. Just muddle through the commercials. LH, wow, look at you, #1. Thank you for that super chat, LH. Hello, Diego. My fiance was approved for her NOA2 last week. Good news. How long do you think it will take for her to get the information she needs from the MVC? Well, the average time is like 90 days to 100 days. But now we're in October of 2023. That's fiscal year 2024 for immigration. And things are getting faster. So you should hear hopefully within 60 days, maybe sooner. But you need to bank on waiting at least 90 days. But if you get it before that, that's great news. That will be good for you, LH, if you can get it before that. But try to get your mindset on a 90-day wait, okay? Thanks for the super chat. Francois Livingston, I hope and pray this channel will be around when our case gets approved. I'm not going anywhere, Francois. There's lots of people around the world that watch this channel and they need my help, okay? And I'll give it to you guys for free. There's a lot of people don't have $4,000 to pay an immigration attorney. That's a lot of money for somebody to fill out an I-129F form and answer questions, and then you call your immigration attorney and he or she wants $100 to talk to you. You can talk to me here for free, and I appreciate the super chats, guys. I appreciate those. But I'm not gonna leave the channel, guys. When Karina and I get married, okay, she'll be here with me. She'll be busy in the house or whatever she's doing, and I'll do the live stream, or she will be with me in the live stream. If you want to talk to her, you can talk to her, but she's a very shy person. Okay, she's shy. She doesn't like being on TV. Okay, she doesn't like to be on TV. She's a very private, very shy person, and I love her to death. But she will sit with me sometimes and join us in the live stream. Let's see. So Francois, I'll be here for you a year from now, however long it takes. I'll still be here. Keeping up with Irene. I like that. I like that name. Hello, Diego. K1 submitted. Since should we be expecting any news for NOA2? It takes about 11 months now to get the NOA2 letter. So if you submitted your NOA1 letter this month, then in 11 months from now, 10 or 11 months, you should be hearing with your NOA2 letter. Francois Livingston, your time and knowledge has been phenomenal in savings. Yeah, how much money have I saved, everybody? Let's suppose 2,000 people we helped. Let's say 2,000. Over 350,000 people have watched the show. But let's suppose and I've helped 2,000 people, right? And they would have paid $4,000 for an immigration attorney. I saved you $8 million. $8 million. And what do I get? I get a 6-pack of Mountain Dew and a dinner in a restaurant with Karina, thanks to you guys. I'm gonna spend this super chat money with Karina in Colombia. We'll go to a restaurant, we'll get dinner together, and we'll recognize you for your contribution. Keeping up with Irene. 10 months, 11 months, you'll get your NOA2 letter. Tashlin's World. If my mother-in-law wants to be a joint sponsor, what is the requirement for her to have if she's not working but receiving tax income? Okay, the requirement to be a joint sponsor is the income has to be about $2,000 a year plus over the minimum 125% for a green card. So let's suppose suppose you want to bring 3 people to the United States for a green card. Let's suppose you want to bring 2 people. Let's say 2 people. Okay? The beneficiary and her child. Now, you have to include yourself as part of the household when you fill out the green card paperwork, the I-864. So you fill out the I-864, the household size is going to be 3. The joint sponsor is going to have to include whoever the joint sponsor's dependents are. So if you have a joint sponsor who has a responsibility for 5 people, then you have to include on the I-864 5 people plus the beneficiary, plus any K2s. So the secret to a joint sponsor is find somebody that doesn't have a big household, or maybe they're single or live by themselves or whatever, and they make enough money to cover you, Mr. Beneficiary, the K2, and the sponsor, the joint sponsor. It's all about dollars with immigration. Tashlin's World, you can get a joint sponsor if your mother-in-law if your mother-in-law makes enough money, she can be used as a joint sponsor. If she doesn't have a bunch of dependents, that's going to make her income have to go up to cover those people. You can use her as a joint sponsor. Elad Esaga, but his interview is in Dubai, January 8th, 2024. Okay, so you make sure he's in Dubai for the interview. Make sure he's in Dubai. You put where he lives on the I-134, and if the interview's in Dubai, it's no big deal. He get on a plane and fly to Dubai. Dubai, beautiful country, right? Beautiful weather, beautiful people, everybody's relaxed. It'll be our vacation. Furious Ram, any news about the Casablanca embassy in Morocco? They're processing K1 visas, but they're busy. They're processing them every day. Kinza Zane, wait, no, I mean my fiance overseas isn't working, not me. You didn't say the DS-160. I put my fiance information like you said. I didn't put my information. I'm the petitioner for him. Okay, if you are the petitioner, if you're the sponsor, you fill out the I-134. Immigration do not care if your beneficiary has a job or not. They don't care. Because your beneficiary is going to be leaving that country that he or she lives in. Karina is the manager of an ice cream store, or 2 or 3, I think 2. She has a degree equivalency in the United States in tax accounting. She makes pretty good money. But when I fill out, I have already filled out her I-134. When you fill out the I-134, I put 0 for her income. Even though she makes millions of pesos a month, I put 0. Immigration couldn't care less if she makes 1,000,000 pesos or 2,000,000 or 3,000,000 pesos a month. I don't care, because when she comes to the United States, she's going to quit her job and she's going to be on a 0 income, right? So you put 0 on the I-134 for the beneficiary for income. And Paya says, I skipped your question. Paya, hold on. Let me find out where that is. Let me see. Paya, it says message retracted. It says you retracted the message. So where's the question? Paya, I don't see it. Repeat it. Repeat it, please. Por favor. Keeping up with Irene. Thanks a lot, Diego. You always make my weight soft. K1s was submitted in March this year. We got NOA2 the same March. Yeah, 12 months. Thanks for your response on the NOA2. Calm down. You're calm now. Keeping up with Irene. I want you to go watch a movie and relax. Make some coffee. Put some galletas in your coffee. That's cookies. And relax and chill out. You're going to get your visa. It's just a process, guys. I put this channel together, a year ago? And you guys have been watching me go through my progress with Karina. Have you ever seen me get stressed out? No, immigration's never going to get to me. They're never going to get under my skin, okay? They work for me. I paid them. It's a benefit. Yeah, it's not a right to come to this country. It's a benefit, and I respect that. But if you fill out the paperwork properly and you respect the process and you don't get angry at immigration and don't send them nasty emails yelling and screaming at them, telling them how bad they are, if you do that, your visa might get put to the back of the line. Just be relaxed, guys. And LH, again, thank you, LH, for that super chat. Much appreciated. Let's see. Furious Ram, my joint sponsor has to make enough to cover them and my fiance. Yes. Or do they need to make enough money to support my household? No. Your joint sponsor has to make enough money to cover him or her, his family household, plus the beneficiaries, plus any kids, K2s. So let's suppose your joint sponsor is married and has 2 kids. Joint sponsor, married, 2 kids. That's 4 people. And you're bringing 1 person to the United States of America. That's 5 people. And then there's that. So then you got the sponsor. That's 6 people. So the joint sponsor has to make enough money to cover 6 people. Let's suppose the joint sponsor is single, lives by himself, lives by herself, makes $100,000 a year and is single, right? So the joint sponsor has to cover him or herself. And let's suppose the sponsor is bringing 2 people over. So you got the sponsor, the beneficiary, and the kid. So the joint sponsor has to cover 4 people. Do you understand that? You got it? And Paya, please repeat the question. I don't see it. Francois Livingston, thank you. No problem, Francois. Relax. Haja Elbin, when I get my case number, how long does it take to schedule my interview? It depends on which country. It depends on how busy is the embassy. So like Colombia, okay, is busy. They've got lots of visas they're processing. They're busy. So it's going to probably take me a couple of months to get a visa interview. But as soon as I schedule the visa interview, I'm getting on a plane and I'm flying to Colombia. And I'll do the live stream from Colombia, okay? But I'll be in Colombia, but I'll know when the interview date is for the visa interview. I'll know the day, and I'm given 90 days on my visa in Colombia. The Colombian government will give me 90 days. So if I schedule the visa interview, let's say for December 10th of 2023, then I'll fly to Colombia within those 90 days that the government of Colombia graciously give me to be a tourist in that country. The beautiful country, Colombia is a beautiful country. If you get a chance to visit, I recommend you go. And Venezuela too, but not right now. Wait till those communists have been removed and the country's ran by people who actually care about the people. Then go take a vacation to Venezuela. But wait till the colonies have been removed. Let's see. So I would say Hajar, when I get my case number, I would say it depends on how busy the embassy is, 2 to 3 months. Melba Carrasquillo, Diego, what proof should I take for the interview, even though we sent some in the first packet? What proof? You need to bring pictures. You need to bring your second letter of intent to get married from the sponsor and the beneficiary. You got to bring lots of pictures from your last trip. When I go to see Karina, whenever I get this visa interview scheduled, I want to take lots of pictures with her and her family. And then I'm going to print them in the print shop in Bogota. And I'm going to bring those pictures to the embassy when I accompany her to the visa interview. Immigration is going to ask Karina, perhaps this pregunta. Tengo una pregunta. This question. Karina, when was the last time you saw your sponsor? Oh, he's right here. I'm going to be right next to her. Oh, okay. And, and then they're going to want to see pictures, photographs, chats, email chats, chat logs. Make copies of your chats in WhatsApp and Yahoo Messenger. I recommend you use WhatsApp because it's encrypted and Yahoo Messenger is not secure. Anybody that works for Yahoo or for Facebook or whatever, they can read your messages. So if you're going to talk privately to your beneficiary, don't use Yahoo Messenger because it's not secure. Use WhatsApp. Just my opinion. Now, if you like Facebook, that's great. If you like to use Yahoo Messenger, go for it. I'm not saying not to use it. I'm just saying I don't use it. I don't like Facebook, to be honest with you. Facebook, to me, if you post something on Facebook that the Facebook police don't like, they censor you. They block you. They give you 30 days in prison, in Facebook jail. That's not American. In America, if you post an opinion and somebody doesn't like it, oh well, don't read it. But Facebook is ran like a communist dictatorship. If you post something they don't like, they block you for 30 days or 24 hours or whatever. You know what? That's not American. That is un-American. So I don't use Facebook. The only reason I use Facebook is to help with this visa process. When Karina's in America and her green card's all done, I'm going to delete my Facebook account. And they can stick it because the company is ran like they run things in Russia, Russian Federation, or the Soviet Union in the past. Communist China, Communist Cuba, Communist Venezuela. This is the United States of America. And you have a First Amendment right to your opinion. You know, if I want to post it, I'll post it. And then if I get blocked, I don't use that platform anymore. So anyway, that's my rant. So Melba, bring photos, chats, WhatsApp chats, etc. Christy Garcia. Hi, Diego. Hi, Christy. My fiance lives in Malta. I used to live in Malta. I lived in Malta for 2 years. It's a beautiful island in the Mediterranean. It's a beautiful place. I learned how to swim in Malta. Let's see. And we added the embassy in Malta on the I-129F, but we found out they don't process immigrant visas. They get routed to Naples. It will be automatically transferred. Relax, Christy. Your beneficiary gets a vacation to Naples, Italy. How great is that? I've been to Naples, Italy 2 or 3 times. But I lived in Malta. I lived in Valletta and Slima and another place called Bajabuk or something like that. And I remember my dad taught me how to swim in Malta. We went to this kind of limestone rocky outcrop that was touching the Mediterranean Sea. And the Mediterranean Sea had to be at least 80 degrees. And I was what, 8 years old? And my dad said, "Son, you need to learn how to swim." I said, "Dad, I don't want to learn how to swim. Maybe later on." No, son, you're 8 years old. You don't know how to swim. You're going to learn. So he picked me up and he threw me in. And guess what? I learned how to swim. And then he jumped in with me. And he said, swim to me, son, swim to me. And I was like doing like this. And that was in Malta. That's my story about Malta. I would live in Malta. It's a beautiful place. I would. The only regret I have about Malta is I didn't get to go to Gozo and Camino, the two islands that are north of Malta. Beautiful. I never got to see that big rock there's a big cave, but it collapsed already, so I won't be able to get to see that. But I'm familiar with Malta. Let's see. But Naples is where they're going to process the visa. Francois, Diego, do you know why USCIS process application in order they are received? No, they don't. They process the visas in order of how difficult is the visa package. Did you put together a strong visa package that makes it easy for them to process? Or did you put together a real sucky K1 visa package that's weak with hardly any data in it and errors? And then they just toss it aside and they say, I'll get to that one probably in 2 weeks. Put together a strong K1 visa package with 0 errors, and you will get this done. This process will be smooth. Suave. Okay? Hajar Elban, I am from Morocco. Beautiful Morocco. Morocco, beautiful country. So you're going to go to Casablanca for your visa interview. Angel Mercia, Diego, any idea what's the time frame for the adjustment of status? It's like 6 to 9 months. It depends on where you live in the United States of America. Like I live in Florida, so the adjustment of status paperwork will go to Chicago. If I lived in Nevada, the adjustment of status paperwork would go to Phoenix, Arizona. So, it depends on where you live and how busy is the immigration office where you file your adjustment of status paperwork. So I would give it 6 to 8 months, somewhere in there. Be patient. Tashlin's World on the I-134 form, financial information section. Should he just put his name only or did add his children from previous relationship? The people you put on the I-134 are your dependents. Okay? So if you take me, for example, I'm divorced, so I'm single. I have 0 dependents. Okay? So when I filled out the I-134 for the sponsor part, I put my name and number of dependents 0. Okay. But if I had, let's suppose in my first K1 applicant decided to stay in the United States and didn't want to go back home, I would have had to include her as dependents, even though we were divorced, because immigration consider green card holders your dependent, even if you're divorced or single or divorced, doesn't matter. They're still your dependent. So if I had not returned her back to her home country, even though we are divorced, if she lived here on a green card and she was remarried to somebody else, I would have had to put her down as a dependent on the I-134. But because she went back home and didn't want to be here, that was probably a great benefit to me financially. So yeah, if you have dependents, okay, you have to include them on your I-134. If you are responsible for them people financially. Let's see. Furious Rams talking to Hajar. And they're chatting back and forth. Angel Mercia, I'm in California. They sent mine to Texas. Well, imagine that, right? Let's see how efficient immigration is. Let's see how efficient they are. You live 20 minutes away from the Immigration Service Center in California, so they sent it to Texas. Maybe they didn't want you knocking on the door at the service center in California asking for a status check on your visa package. I think that's why they did that. They looked at your address and they said, Angel lives muy cerca aquí. So they sent it to Texas. That's why I think they did that. Christopher Stout, I'm a November 2022 filer for NOA 1 and still waiting for NOA 2. Okay, you're close. It will be hitting on their tables soon. You're right there. You're right at the finish line. I've heard they are at 663 approved for November. That's correct. Do you want me to make a video about November applications for K1 approvals? If you want, I'll make a video about it. You know, I can do it today, but I got to go to the store first, and I got to buy some Mountain Dew. I don't have any Mountain Dew. I got zero. And I'm going to fix that here shortly. Let's see. Christopher, hang in there. Melba. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Diego. I always go twice a year. There you go. Perfect, Melba. You know, twice a year. That's a lot of traveling, but that's okay. Albertine Mohoza Murasira. Woo, that's a long name. That won't fit on your green card. You have to shorten that down. Hello, Diego. My name is Alba. Karina's sister's name is Alba, too. I would like to ask you if there is no problem to come and visit my fiance in the USA. We have applied and we got our first feedback saying that they have received it. Alba, if you have a B2 tourist visa in your passport, it's good for 10 years. There's no law that says you can't come to visit your sponsor in America. You can do it. Just remember, when you go to the K1 visa interview, when you fill out the DS-160, they're going to ask you questions about your trip to America, and you're going to have to provide your boarding passes, your I-94, and all that. Christopher Stout, they started December 2022 filers, saying they've approved 238. So, guys, do you want me to make a video about November and December K1 visas getting approved to help everybody else on the planet who need to know who may not know that information? But you guys are sharing it here. You know, I can make a video. Albertine, I do have the visa. Okay, Albertine, if you have a B2 visa in your passport and you want to come to America, come on. Get on a plane and come visit. Be prepared for questions at the Border Patrol checkpoint. They may ask you, because in their computer, it may show that you're in a K1 visa. They may ask you, hey, you're in a K1 visa. Why are you here? Well, I'm here to visit my fiance. I haven't seen him. I'm on vacation. And I swear I will go back to my home country. Don't get married in the United States on your B2 visa. That will be a problem because you are in a K1 visa process right now. So if you came here and got married, your K1 visa will be terminated. Then when you are filed for adjustment of status, they're going to look and see that your K1 visa was terminated, that you came to America on a B2, and they may not approve your green card. So Alba, when you come to America, come and stay for your vacation, have a fantastic time, get lots of pictures together with your beneficiary, with your sponsor, get lots of pictures together, have a fantastic time, then go back home and wait out the visa. Christopher, select the options. It will show where they are at now. Okay. Well, lots of people may not know how to do that. So, you know, I'm going to make a video, I think, about November and December. I'm going to make it. I'll go to the store, get my Mountain Dew. I'll have my Mountain Dew lined up, and I'll make a video. KJB. Yes, please make those videos. I'm a February 2023 filer, and I'm curious to see if mine will be in December or January. Okay, KJB. This is your YouTube channel, KJB, and everybody else's. I will make the video for you. Keeping up with Irene. Diego, please, our kids allow us to the interview because I have 2 kids for K2. Yes, they have to go to the visa interview. Keeping up with Irene. They have to go to the visa interview. If the kids don't go to the K2 visa interview, immigration officer is going to ask where they at. They may put you in a 221 administrative hold. They may not, but they may. You got to bring your K2 derivatives, your beautiful kids, you got to bring them to the visa interview. Alba, I'm just coming for Thanksgiving and go back home. I can't get married. We cannot do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Come for Thanksgiving, okay? Enjoy an American Thanksgiving. Learn about why does the United States celebrate Thanksgiving? Learn about that. And then when you get to the United States and you're having Thanksgiving dinner with your beautiful future husband, you tell him what the meaning of Thanksgiving is. That will be the first step of becoming Americanized. Learn about it. What is Thanksgiving? Find out, study up on it, and then explain it at Thanksgiving dinner. KJB, no problem. Furious Ram, hi Diego. Your original I-134 was kind of small because we were at the beginning of our relationship. We have met face to face 3 more times, and my fiance met my kids, plus we have the one on the way. Okay, that's got no effect on the I-134. The I-134 is the Declaration of Financial Support. It's got zero to do with the I-134. Now, what you're talking about is the I-129F, which is the form you filled out, the 13-page form you filled out to apply for the K-1 visa. Now, if you have all that information, all those boarding passes, all that evidence of all these trips, you bring that, please don't forget to bring that to the visa interview, because that is what the immigration officer is going to ask for. Okay? He's going to ask you a beneficiary. When was the last time you saw your sponsor? Well, he came back to see me 3 times. Here's the boarding passes. Here are the photos. Boom. Here's your K-1 visa. Okay? When I filed the K-1 visa for Karina, okay, I visited with her twice. I stayed with her for 5 weeks, and I stayed with her for 5 months. That maxed out my time in Colombia. Then I flew back to America and filed my K-1 visa, and I included all that evidence from the 2 visits. But I went back to Colombia right after I filed the K-1 visa and I got a Colombian cedula. They gave me permission to live in Colombia for 12 months, which I did for 11 months, but I had to come back to the United States to get to work because I wasn't working in Colombia. So I had to get back, I had to get off my backside and get back to work. Otherwise, I'd still be there. Okay. So, you know, I've got every time when I lived with Karina for 11 months, 10 and a half, 11 months, every time I went to the store, I used my credit card. What does that do? Well, it puts me in Colombia. Okay. I printed the receipts. We went to Jumbo. We went to Exeter. We went to the Dollar City. We would go to the Supermercado, Centro Comercial. I went to, you know, everywhere we went. I bought Karina a new cell phone. Her cell phone died. Woo! Lucky she's lucky I was with her. Her cell phone died. So I bought her a new cell phone from Jumbo. It's a big like, it's like a Walmart. And I put the receipt and I included that in my K-1 visa package. Yeah, I bought Karina a new cell phone. And I actually gave it to her for her birthday. Let me see here. Furious Ram. Is that strong enough evidence? Plus he sends me money. Yeah, it's more than enough. Yeah, you're good. Furious Ram, do you think we will hear something from Casablanca next month? I think in the next 6 to 8 weeks for Casablanca. Brian, let me see. Your ready status was October, so it's 13. So it's only been it's not even been 2 weeks yet. So be patient. It's going to be a little longer. Okay, about 6 more weeks. Brian Gonzalez, hi Diego. This is Brian. I have a fiance visa and received the NOA2 on July 13th. July 13th is NOA2. I have my case number, but I still have not received the invoice number. What do I do? You send an inquiry to the MVC very nicely. Include your case number. Include your beneficiary's passport number, her name, her date of birth, her full name, her date of birth, her passport number, country for the passport, and the receipt number from your NOA2 letter, and say, "Dear Immigration, many thanks for the case number. I appreciate that, but please, can you send me my invoice number?" That's what I did. I got my ready status. I got my MVC ready letter, the welcome letter, but they only gave me a case number. I'm like, well, where's the invoice number? I might need it. Some embassies ask for it, some embassies don't. So what I did was I sent an inquiry to the MVC, and they sent me the invoice number. And in the inquiry, they said, "We don't have any control over your case anymore. Do not contact us anymore. Any future questions, you need to contact the embassy in Bogota." I'm like, well, thank you very much, but I got the invoice number. And yeah, they're gonna they keep pointing me in the direction of the Mexican consulate. Okay, send another inquiry to the MVC and do exactly what I just said, and say, I need the invoice number in order for me to contact the Mexican consulate. They will send you an invoice number. See if they repeat the same thing they just told you, then email the Mexican consulate. I think, was it Mexico City? Where's your visa going to be? Or Ciudad Juarez? It's in one of those two places. But send another inquiry to the NBC. Just like I said, include your beneficiary's name, date of birth, case number, passport number, country. What's going to be Mexico? And say, I need an invoice number in order to contact the Mexican consulate, the American consulate. Okay, Juarez, Ciudad. Okay, that's near the border of Texas. Yeah, send another inquiry. Okay, guys, I've been talking for an hour. I'm going to go and get some Mountain Dew. I don't have any in the fridge. I'm totally out. Okay, but today's Friday. Enjoy your Friday. I'll be back tomorrow, Saturday evening at 7 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m., which is 1 hour behind Miami, 1 hour ahead of Albuquerque, New Mexico, 2 hours ahead of Los Angeles, California. And whatever time it is in your country at 7 p.m. Central Time, I can't remember, but I know it's going to probably be late. So that's why I did the live stream early today. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you're not busy, if you're able to join us, I'll be here tomorrow, 7 p.m. Thank you guys for those super chats too. I got some new names to add to the credits for when I make a video. See you guys later.